Good morning. I am Meredith Eastwood, and I am doing the meditation for Unity of Indianapolis this morning. Sweet Spirit, we gather in sacred communion to affirm God's nature as our own. We tune out distractions that divert us from the expression of our divine abilities, ones reflected in Christ consciousness. Today, we meditate together to put into practice this month's theme, the unity power of strength. The ability to endure, stay the course, last, be persistent, persevere, and be stable. From our elevated consciousness, we use strength to be persistent in being our best person, or as Christ would be. I invite you now to settle in your seats with your feet flat on the floor and hands open for receiving divine guidance. Begin by breathing deeply, exhaling the images and the sights and sounds of the outside world. Set aside the misguided inner dialogue that blocks the power of faith, that enables you to hear your inner voice of the divine. Allow your body to completely relax. Breathe. Breathe. Imagine yourself embraced by boundless love. Allow your breath to drift in and out as a gentle breeze. I now invite you to imagine sitting in a comfortable chair in a favorite place or a room, perhaps near a warm, inviting fireplace, or maybe a sunny porch. You are pondering a challenging situation that requires strength of endurance or purpose. Perhaps a creative project that needs you to stay the course, or a complicated task related to your career. Maybe a personal challenge requiring support for healing, or for caretaking of a loved one. It could simply be strength for navigating a change in life's circumstances. I ask you now to identify that challenge. Turning within, ask yourself, how do I use the power of strength to accomplish what is mine to do? I leave you in silent meditation. It is now time to leave that comfortable chair in that special place and journey back into our sanctuary. Before opening your eyes, let's just take one more look at the question that was asked. How do I use the power of strength to accomplish what is mine to do? Your answer may not have come this morning, but throughout the days ahead, keep that question in your mind. Take time now to move around as you feel called and to open your eyes when you're ready. As I leave you with these words, I hope you will recognize one of the lines. It's a favorite poem of mine by Albert Camus. He writes, "In the midst of hate, I found there was within me an invincible love. In the midst of tears, I found there was within me an invincible smile. In the midst of chaos, I found there was within me an invincible calm. I realized through it all that in the midst of winter, I found there was within me an invincible spring. And that makes me happy, for it says no matter how hard the world pushes against me, within me there is something stronger, something better, pushing right back." And this comes from his work called The Stranger. And may it be so.
Check this again, Kent. Good reason to tune, huh? Thank you. We're good. We're good. You can go ahead and mute me now. Thank you.
Kent, we're ready.
Good morning, folks. It is great to see everybody here. And if you want, you can stand up for this or not.
Yay, Todd.
You may be seated. Good morning. I am Meredith Eastwood, and I am serving today as your platform assistant.
Yay.
Welcome to Unity of Indianapolis, a spiritual community being built by love. No matter who you are or where you are from, you are welcome here. And as we light the candle, Maria will do this. As we light this Christ candle, we honor the divine light within each of us. We recognize that this light is the presence of God, guiding us in wisdom, love, and peace. Today, we affirm that the Christ light shines brightly in our hearts and in the world. Please join me in affirming our statement of truth. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent.
Now today's prayer is by our chaplain prayer is what I'm trying to say, Larry Fitzgerald.
As we come together in worship, Father, Mother God, we are thankful for the blessings of each day. We're thankful for each person here and for what they represent as the light. And we also acknowledge the people who have passed in very unusual ways in the past week. We honor them and their family, and they send peace to them, that they may endure and be a light also. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Okay, we're going to sing again.
And this morning, from today's daily word, is look ahead. I look ahead with positive expectation. So many things pull at my attention. The things I must attend to, meeting the needs of others, and even my own pursuits and passions require my time and attention. Setting and working toward goals may sound like a dull undertaking, but it's actually an empowering path to spiritual freedom. Working toward a goal helps me focus and keeps me motivated. I call upon and claim my spiritual gifts of imagination and order to set my goal and plan to achieve it. I use my gift of wisdom to discern the best path and my will to make the best choices. This is the way I use the power of God to give my life meaning and make my dreams come true. I look ahead, grateful for God's presence within me. Let your eyes look directly forward and let your gaze be straight before you. Keep straight the path of your feet, and all ways will be sure. That's from Proverbs 4:25 to 26. I'd like to welcome now our first timers. Is there anyone here today who's here for the very first time? Okay.
She's shy. I see her back there.
Oh, you see her? Okay. We're coming, we're coming. We have a little gift for our first time person. Each month we have a special theme, and this month's theme is strength. And our theme for the year, we have a yearly theme as well. It's turn out the noise, turn in the vision, and let's affirm this month's affirmation together. This is about the power of strength. I turn within and find the spiritual strength I need to accomplish that which is mine to do. Let's say it one more time and get it together here. I turn within and find the spiritual strength I need to accomplish that which is mine to do. Okay, and Sally?
Hey, good morning again. And it's funny how divine order is, because everything being sung and spoken today is, I'm feeling like it's specifically for me. So, this is a piece based on the New Testament of Matthew. I've forgotten the chapter and verse, but you will remember, you will know very well. It's called Your Answers, but in places I changed the pronoun to we, because I want to include all of us in that message, okay? Ask, and it shall be given. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will open. All of your answers are in God's mind. And it will be given. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will open. All of our answers are in God's mind. Don't worry with when. Don't worry with how. You will be shown every step to take. Hold on to your faith. All things work for good. You are sleeping the sleep. Spirit longs to wake. I had changed that line. We are sleeping the sleep. Spirit longs to wake. It's all of us. Before you lies a mountain. In your way it stands, but nothing is impossible when we place it in God's hands and ask, and it will be given. and the door will open. All of your answers are in God's mind. Our answers are in God's mind. Seek and you will find. Thank you. I love you.
Happy Groundhog's Day! Happy Groundhog's Day! Happy Groundhog's Day! Remember that movie? Yes, we did. Guess what? He always sees his shadow. Anytime the sun's out, never really makes a big difference. Is this one off? Yay! I first want to say a couple of things about Sally's song. As she was singing the song that she wrote, she is a genius. I remembered that it was our own Reverend Betty Barda's, one of her very favorites, and so thank you, Sally. It brought Betty back into this space, and I love her and miss her. And so then the next thing I thought I would throw in is part of what Meredith Eastwood did this morning in pre-service meditation. And for those of you who don't know, that happens every Sunday at 20 minutes to the hour. It was magnificent this morning, but I want to read something from her meditation that she read. She read a quote from one of her favorite poems by Albert Camus. I like to say Camus. In the midst of hate, I found there was within me an invincible love. In the midst of tears, I found there was within me an invincible smile. Within me, in the midst of chaos, I found there was within me an invincible calm. I realized through it all that in the midst of winter, I found there was within me an invincible spring. That is the power of strength. Turning within, I find my strength to do what is mine to do. That is part of our affirmation for this month. And when we think of strength or being strong, we might think of these things. This guy, Tom Stoltzman, the strongest man on the planet. And although you cannot see it, he has 8 truck tires on that big old pole. Tom Stoltzman has won that championship more than once. Now I think he's on his 3rd or 4th time. The same little Tom Stoltzman who was diagnosed with autism at the age of 5 and was bullied by his classmates. That beautiful thing. The strongest primate on earth, the gorilla, who by the way, was 4th on the list. The strongest animal in all categories on the planet are the whales. In fact, they are the first 7 strongest animals on the planet. But in the 2024 list of this esteemed group, insects were not included. If they were, then they would take top billing over the whales. Size doesn't matter, because what was number 3? The leaf cutter. See my hands? The leaf cutter, this big. Number 2, the rhinoceros beetle. And number 1, the strongest creature in terms of strength relative to its size, the horned dung beetle. They can pull up to 1,141 times their own body weight, and this is the equivalent of you, Todd, pulling 6 double-decker buses down the street full of people. And when I say size doesn't matter, you'll recognize this lovely and beautiful thing. Everybody know what this is? You know what it is, and you know what it can do. And I don't have fingers that can squish together small enough to show you how little it is. And it speaks strength for itself, without and within. Strength is defined as the quality or state of being physically strong, the capacity of an object or substance to withstand great force or pressure, the influence of power possessed by a person, organization, or country, the degree of intensity of a belief or a feeling, the potency, intensity, or speed of force or natural agency, the emotional or mental qualities necessary in dealing with situations or events that are distressing or difficult, a good or beneficial quality or attribute of a person or thing. Pillar of strength, a person who can be relied on to give great deal of support and comfort to others. Charles Fillmore, Unity's co-founder, created the 12-power system and detailed it in his book, The 12 Powers of Man. We are studying that right now here in our congregation. It was published in 1930. There's a chart in that book and on Unity's website so that you can see the physical body where the 12 powers reside from head to toe. And you will see that strength on the Fillmore chart is located in the small of the back. We generally think about strength as being the backbone or the mainstay of a person's foundation or power. Get some backbone. Where's his backbone? And then these other statements that we also use or have heard. Backstabber, get back at, back up against the wall, and doing something behind your or someone else's back. Watch your own back. Cover your back. You scratch my back, and I'll scratch yours. A lot of that going on in our current government, I think. The implication in most of these is that your back is your power center, and you need to protect its vulnerability, its defenselessness. In the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary from Charles Fillmore's reference library published in 1995, Andrew is the disciple who represents strength in the 12 powers. He represents the stability that lies at the foundation of every true character. The corresponding color is green, and I don't know if you noticed, but the background in some of our music this morning was that green. And the location is identified again in the small of the back. It describes strength as the ability to endure, stay the course, persevere. And that is where our affirmation comes from. I have the strength to accomplish all that is mine to do. We are encouraged by Fillmore's writings to relax into the power of our strength. Listen to that again. We are encouraged to relax into the power of our strength. Oftentimes you will hear not just strength by itself, but strength always coupled with something else: strength and power, strength and faith, strength and endurance. It usually doesn't travel by itself. We'll talk more about why that might be a little later. In Louise Hay's book, Heal Your Body, she says that if you have pain or problems in your back, then you might be dealing with issues that represent the support of your life, and that you can use this affirmation: I know that life supports me. I know that life supports me. She more specifically identifies that if our issues are in our lower backs, we may be dealing with issues of fear of money or lack of financial support. If our issues are in the middle of our back, we may be dealing with guilt. Stuck in all that back stuff, we might hear ourselves say to somebody else, "Get off my back." Who said that? I have. And that if we are dealing with problems in our upper back, that's where I carry all my stuff, then we might feel we lack emotional support or have a feeling of being unloved, holding back love. If your spine's out of alignment, Hay says that these problems may be a cry for love, that we may be stuck in childhood pain, seeing no way out. And as you can well imagine, thank God, there are affirmations for all of these. In my early ministry teachings in A Science of Mind, Ernest Holmes' Concordance is a list of all of the words that they use in A Science of Mind textbook. There are only 3 sections in his writings where he refers to strength, and these are the terms he uses: infinite strength, stronger in its strength, strength to keep on working. The word strength is not used a lot, but the impact and the import of that word, strength, is felt throughout every single prayer, every single miracle, every single action that we take in our daily lives. The word strength and its derivatives are mentioned over 360 times in the Bible, and it applies to both natural and supernatural, or what I like to say, metaphysical strength. It means power, strength, and might, such as in these Bible phrases: "The Lord is my strength and my song, and he has become my salvation. He is my God, and I will prepare him a habitation." That's from Exodus 15:2. And from Ephesians 6:10, "Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might." And from Chronicles 16:11, "Seek the Lord and his strength. Seek his face continually." So where do we go for strength? Do we already have it? Do we share it? What's it look like? Do we see strength only in things that are immobile, like a pillar or a mountain or a stone or a slab? Or do we also see strength in movement, like in a dancer's body, like a river, like love flowing, like the ocean, like the sky, in the movement of the wind through the trees? Remember me saying size doesn't matter? I wasn't kidding. Not for this girl. I'm going to spend a fair piece of time talking about this girl. 4 feet 8 inches of strength and power and might and magic. Simone Ariane Biles Owens. 11-time Olympic medals and 30 world championship medals make her the most decorated gymnast in history. At the World Championships, she is the most decorated male or female artistic gymnast of all time, with 30 total medals, in which 23 of them are gold. Biles is a 6-time individual all-around champion, a 6-time floor exercise champion, and a 4-time balance beam champion, all-time record high totals. She is also a 4-time world silver medalist, a 3-time world bronze medalist. In 2022, President Joe Biden awarded her the Presidential Medal of Freedom. In 2023, she won her 8th U.S. gymnastics title, breaking the 90-year-old U.S. gymnastics title record. Bile has won the Laureus World Sportsman of the Year 3 times and the Comeback of the Year for 2024. There's that word again, back. The Comeback Award in 2024. Like our strongest man in the world, who is that small boy being bullied because of his autism, Simone's early life was not a bed of roses. Most of us don't know these things, I don't think, and thank God for Wikipedia. She is the 3rd of 4 children living in Columbus, Ohio, and whose mother, in her early years, could not care for her and her siblings. They all ended up in the foster care system. Did anybody know that? I did not. I was astounded to read that. Her grandparents, maternal grandfather and his second wife, found out that these kids were in foster care, and they took them into their home in Houston, Texas. And for a short while, they lived just temporarily as their grandchildren, and then eventually Simone and her sister were adopted by the grandparents, and her other 2 siblings were adopted by an aunt. She first tried gymnastics at 6 during a daycare field trip. You never know when your talents are going to show up. The instructor suggested she continue with the sport. Really? And Bile soon enrolled in an optional training program. She began training with a coach at 8. And by 2012, they took her out of school to homeschool because her practice time increased from 20 to 32 hours a week. That sounds astounding to me for someone so young. Sometimes she did well, other times not. She'd fall in 2013 during a competition and had to consult a sports psychologist for her anxiety and confidence issues. And she credits this work for allowing her to begin a streak of dominance in the sport. In 2014, she was out for the season with injuries that she received in 2013 when she fell. At the age of 16, she became the 7th American woman and the first African American to win the world all-around title, outperforming other world gymnasts. Biles was chosen by Team USA to be a flag bearer in the closing ceremonies, becoming the first female gymnast to ever receive the honor. In late October at the 2018 World Championships in Qatar, she went to the emergency room the night before the qualifying round because of a stomach pain that turned out to be a kidney stone. After confirming that it was not an appendicitis, she checked herself out of the hospital, and the next day she qualified to the all-around vault, balance beam, and floor exercise finals in 1st place, and to the uneven bar finals in 2nd place. After successfully performing the vault, she premiered at the selection camp. It was named the Biles in the Code of Points, given a difficulty value of 6.4, which is way high up there on the chart. It was the most difficult vault ever completed. Remember me saying she went to the emergency room? During the team final, she competed on all 4 events, recording the highest score of any competitor on vaults, uneven bars, and floor exercises. And that year, Team US won the gold medal. Well, you've heard some of her accolades, but there came a time when she walked off the floor At the 2020 Olympic Games held in June and July of 21, she performed the all-around during the qualifications and helped the United States to qualify for the team finals in second place behind Russia. She suffered several mishaps, bounced entirely off the floor, landing on one of her tumbling passes, and stepped off the foot on the landing mat, took several large stumbles back on her balance beam. But despite these mistakes, she qualified for the all-around final in first place on a whole bunch of those exercises. She was the only athlete that year to qualify for all individual finals. But here's what she said. Following her qualifications, she said on Instagram that she was feeling the weight of the world on her shoulders and that she felt affected by the pressure of the Olympics. She said this, and I quote, "I say, put mental health first. Because if you don't, then you're not going to enjoy your sport and you're not going to succeed as much as you want to. So it's okay sometimes to even sit out of the big competitions to focus on yourself, because it shows how strong of a competitor and person that you really are, rather than just battle through it." Simone said what she was experiencing were the twisties. I'm no gymnast, but I've had a lot of twisties. This is actually a psychological phenomena causing a gymnast to lose air awareness while performing twisting elements throughout the Olympics. She noted that while it was not the first time she'd had the twisties on a vault or floor exercise, it was the first time she'd experienced them on the uneven bars and the balance beam. And y'all know what the uneven bars look like. There's a bar here and there's a bar there and they're swinging and flying and carrying on. And the balance beam, makes me nervous to even think about being up there. She made the decision to withdraw after the first rotation of the team final because she felt like she simply got so lost. Her safety was at risk, as well as the team medal. Some commentators, you know how we are. We all got something to say about somebody else while we're not spending time looking at our own crap. Some commentators accused her of being a quitter. That's laughable. Or selfishly depriving another athlete of the chance to compete. She was slandered with racist, sexist, and transphobic comments, and openly accused of being a drug cheat for her ADHD medication. But good people always rise up. And multiple gymnasts, however, defended her actions and relayed their own stories with the twisties. Biles' decision to prioritize her mental health was generally widely praised and credited with starting a wider conversation about the role of mental health in sports. Next photo of her. Go back one, please. Back the other way. One more. There you go. Todd, how tall are you? 6'3". And Sue, how tall are you? Simone Biles is 4 feet 8 inches. Remember me telling you that? Simone Biles is one of the rarefied group of people who can jump from the floor 12 feet, twice the height of Todd, in an exercise. How does she do that? Where does she get that from? What did she do? What can we do when we are faced with these insurmountable seeming obstacles? You reach deep, way deep, where we all go when we need strength to live and speak our truth, to find what is lying at the foundation of everything we do, so that we can keep on keeping on like she did, like she does, so that she can soar and do miraculous, untold before, unheard of before, what I call miracles, right in front of our own eyes. She gives us the invitation to do more than we think we can. Well, she came back in 2023 after all of that business, winning numerous competitions, and in 2024, she became the 4th American female artistic gymnast to compete at 3 Olympic Games. Strength was there for Simone, and it's there for all of us. Last photo for me. Yes. And back to the sheer strength of God in our midst. The Grand Canyon, Mother Nature at her most supreme artistic work, formed over millions of years of erosion and other natural phenomena, mostly from the flow of the Colorado River, splitting into, when a plateau emerged out of nowhere in the midst of it, an obstacle, cutting and smoothing and sculpting the rocks in its way. And that is the work that God does with us, gives us the foundation and smooths our rough places so that we can overcome and emerge as our true selves. We don't have to compare ourselves with Simone or Tom or anyone or anything else, but we can see that big or small, the need for something to overcome, the urge of becoming what we are intended to be, whether it's physical or mental health challenge, a challenge at work or school, in our communities, with our neighbors, children, partners, or friends. It's always going to be, at the bottom level, the challenge with ourselves. But goody, goody, goody for us. There is a wellspring underneath us that we only have to summon, to call on, to ask for, and we all have the strength and the courage to do what is ours to do. This is the strength that Charles Fillmore and Louise Hay and Ernest Holmes and Andrew understood. We are spiritual beings having our origin in the mind of God. That is the source of everything, whether we believe it or not. It is not the signs of strength in the external, our bodies, our stuff. It's not even what others think of us that is our true strength. We are floating in an ocean of quiet resolve called strength. It is supporting us, waiting to be summoned up, always there. You know it. You know it when you are quiet and still. You can feel it deep within, and sometimes it doesn't even have a word, but it's there in the bottom of your soul, just waiting, waiting for you to say yes. In Isaiah 65:24, it says, "And it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer. And while they are yet speaking, I hear." God in you is saying that God is always God in everything, and that strength is only one teeny tiny attribute of God that is always, always within us. Strength is always there in you, invincible, thank you, Meredith, available, unassailable, unchanging, forever. There, always there for the asking. And so it is. This song that I'm about to sing was written by Nicole Nordman and sung by an agape singer about, almost 20 years ago in California by the name of Bridget, I'll think of her last name, Nicholas. And so Sally's going to help me to do it this morning. Thank you, Sally. Bridget Bryant, thanks, sorry.
Rolling river God, little stones are smooth, only once the water passes through. And so I am a stone, rough and I'm grainy still. I'm just trying to reconcile this river's chill. But when I close my eyes and feel you rushing by, I know time brings change, and change takes time. But when the sunset comes, my prayer might be this one. You might pick me up and notice that I am just a little smoother in your hands. Sometimes raging wild, sometimes rolling high. Never have I known this river dry, never dry. The deepest part of you, dear Lord, is where I long to stay. our precious love, strip those away. But when I close my eyes and feel you rushing by, I know time brings change, and change takes time. And when the sunset comes, my prayer might be this one, that you pick me up and you notice that I am. Lord, I'm not what I used to be. You might pick me up and notice that I am. Lord, I'm just a little smoother in your Ooh, I'm a stone and I won't be smooth, not until the water passes through from you.
Let's just give one more round of applause. It's just absolutely the most beautiful message and song to inspire us this week. Yes. I still have tears. Whew. Okay. Okay, announcements. I'm instructed to keep them short, but in the bulletin, you will always find them, and also online at our spiritual network site and Facebook, you will still see them. But three things. One, join us after the service for our pitch-in and chat. Two, the Women in Bloom group will be meeting on the second Sundays. And so the next meeting will be next Sunday, February the 9th. And the topic for that Sunday is my spiritual journey. So be sure to put that on your calendar. And I think I have one more here. Coming up, there's the March membership meeting, and the nomination committee will be reaching out for people who would like to run for the board. So if you're interested, please contact someone you know who presently serves on the board, because we need everyone to chip in and volunteer. I think that's it.
I have something. I just wanted to let everybody know that the paper version of the annual membership update is now in the table, or on the table in the fountain room. And I emailed everybody that we have an email address for the electronic version, and I'm so proud of 10 of you in attendance today who did it electronically. Yes, Todd, I know you're one. I know you're one. Thank you so much for doing that. You have no idea how much easier that makes the whole process, but thank you. But for those that do need the paper version, they are waiting for you on the table, and just turn them in to one of the board members, and I'll take care of the rest. Thank you.
Oh, I saw that email this morning. So I'm going to be doing it online. Okay. Okay, it's time to celebrate our riches. At Unity, we celebrate our prosperity by embracing the spiritual practice of giving. We encourage everyone to practice giving as a way to support our community and to grow spiritually. It is your offerings that supports the community and helps us continue our missions. If you feel nourished today, and I know all of you do, we gratefully welcome any gift you can offer. Instead of passing a plate, you'll find baskets in the back of the room where you can place your donations as you leave, or you can donate by scanning a QR code in your bulletin, or you can go online. Giving is a spiritual practice when done mindfully and through the energy of love. Now let us express our gratitude. If you're giving a gift today, please hold your money or check in your hand. I still write checks. For those giving online or at a different time, hold the amount in your mind as we bless this offering. Divine love, working through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, all that I receive, and I am grateful. Let us pray. Father, Mother God, we are grateful for the gifts given here today. Profound messages of strength, no matter the size, circumstances, or situation. We are blessed by the strength of God that is always available to us. May we pledge the power of infinite strength to support the spiritual community in making positive changes in the neighborhood, in the city, and beyond. And may we remember our ability to dig deep into our divine capacity for expressing that strength. And may it be so. Okay. And now the peace song? Yeah, okay. But let's, as we're getting up, ready?
Prayer for protection. We are the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. We are the love of God. We are the power of God.
The presence of God watches over us.
We are the presence of God.
Wherever we are,
God is.